Are you serious? Are you serious? The return of the giants. That's right. A biblical story of Goliath has now been proven to be true and very factual. Matter of fact, the remains of the city walls of the Philistine city of Gath have been discovered. The return of the giants is mentioned in various Jewish teachings as part of the process of redemption. A recent archaeological discovery indicates that the biblical stories of these famed beings are no longer mere myths. Nephilims, well, we knew they weren't myths. I mean, the Bible says in Genesis chapter 6 that there were giants in the land before and after the flood. All right? So we knew they were before because the Bible says that they looked upon. All right, let's just read it. Here's what it says in Genesis chapter 6. It says, "It came to pass that when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. And they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that." Again, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children unto them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Now, the Bible goes on to say how wicked man's heart began to get. These giants were just that, wicked. And we know that Goliath of Gath stood about 6 foot, he was the span of a man. It says the champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a bronze helmet on his head and wore a coat of scale of armor of bronze that weighed 5,000 shekels. He was very big, okay, close to 10 foot tall. And we know that his brothers were bigger. One brother, one giant, it says in the Bible, had 6 fingers and 6 toes on each hand and foot. Now, these were giants, and there were many giants that Joshua and Caleb, with the children of Israel, when they first crossed Jordan River out of the wilderness, after 40 years of wilderness, after the Exodus, coming out of Egypt, crossing the Red Sea, wandering around for 40 years, when they went into Canaan, they looked like grasshoppers compared to the Nephilims, these giants, hybrids that were in the land. They were half man, half demonic. They were from the fallen ones. And we already know this is in the Word. Well, they have found the enormous gates of Gath, which is incredible. It says the archaeologists in Israel have uncovered what they believe to be the enormous gates of Gath, the city of Goliath. The story of Goliath, the giant, which you can find in 1 Samuel chapter 17. It's a Bible classic with a clear message for the young and the old. However, equally important, was less studied, is the role of Goliath and the Philistines as a physical and ideological enemies of David and the Messianic dynasty. It is a great, great, great story. I've preached it many, many times. It has much to do with the coming of the Messiah and how that Christ crushed the head of Goliath when they bruised his heel, when they put him on the cross. You say, how could that be? Because Jesus was crucified on the very area where Goliath's head was buried by King David after he slew him. And so Jesus' heel was crushed, and it crushed the head of the giant, which is prophecy in Genesis chapter 3:15. The Lord said that I will put enmity between the woman's seed and the seed of the serpent, and it will bruise his heel, and it will bruise his head. Talking about Jesus will destroy the seed of Satan. And the Nephilims are certainly the seeds of Satan. These hybrids, these giants that were in the land. But they were destroyed at Calvary. But will they return? That's a debate for a lot of theologians, a lot of biblical prophecy scholars, and they toss that around a lot. Here's what I know. You've got a lot of demon giants already in the land. Look at ISIS. Look at many. Look at the Illuminati. Look at the beast, the new world order. Take a look at all of the wickedness, spiritual demon spirits, and mean madness that goes on. But that's still up for debate. We'll wait and see. One thing's for sure, Jesus Christ is coming. That I can guarantee. And when he comes, he's coming to execute judgment upon the earth. He's going to slay the dragon for the final time and cast him into the eternal darkness and the abyss of damnation. And we, the redeemed, are going on to be with him. Don't miss tonight's live broadcast. I'm going to give you the full story on the gates of Gath and the biblical references in the Bible to the gates that were found. Wow! Wait till you hear tonight's broadcast. We got a lot to cover tonight, including Donald Trump's comments about a nuclear holocaust. Also, a plane crashed, an Indonesian plane crash. We also have all kinds of apocalyptic things going on and world events that we've got to get you up to speed on. Do not miss tonight. Sunday Night Live starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. It will be powerful. God bless.